Hey everyone, I'm back because my cloth and paper personal wide box came in. So if you watched a prior video, I set this up as a new catch-all because I want to try a new catch-all layout because my massive planner does not come with me to work, and this has an inside that comes out. Granted, now no judging, this doesn't fit, but when it's in here, it's a lot better. I am just using this Moterm Personal Versa because I wanted to know if I liked the size. I accidentally ordered it. It's now a happy accident because I'm gonna give it a shot and we'll see. I just realized I don't like not having a personal planner at work. Granted, it's not going to be a massive one, but I want something. I feel lost without one. So when I set this up earlier with you, I put in a placeholder section for wellness. This came in a box, I believe, a sub box earlier. This came also in another one about wellness, but I am going to take these out. I just had it, again, I had it as a placeholder. I'm not going to use this because in my habit tracker is where I keep a lot of that. These tabs are from Salty22. So I have yearly things, maintenance, just like personal maintenance type things. I tried tracking it in the habit tracker for the month versus separate, but I really do think I like tracking it separately. Like a facial, if I decide to get one, a massage, what other things? Nails, just things like that. Routines, what's a weekly, daily routine that's good just to know, get motivated. I tried to also set it up on a mini wet dry erase board. That actually helped. A brain dump. This, I used to have a brain dump section and now I don't use it. I don't use it here. If I think of random things, I'll jot it down, but I don't because I also have a brain dump planner. It's just a strategy. Fitness, this is where I keep, I guess I don't have to hold it sideways. This is where I keep, what did I do? Like, what did I eat? What did I work out? I track water down here. So I do water and other things like fitness related, workout wise, diet, water, things like that. And this system works really well. So I do stuff like that here, and which is often a lot of these things listed here are similar to what's here. So like here's breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, calories. I don't track calories. I know around what I need to be, and my husband is a trainer and a coach, and he sets my diet plan and I just follow it, and I don't even know how many calories I'm eating. But I trust the process, so I don't track the calories, so I wouldn't use those. Water, I track with the food. Where's activity? Maybe that's movement of some type. Sleep, that's listed here. I also track in a sleep section. So here I track month over month. How do I track things here? Quality of sleep by, in bed by, awake by, and that's how I track sleep. So I wouldn't really track it here. Now, these would be great if you're brand new to it and you don't know where to start. So something like this would be great if you just want to get in the habit, you want to try it, you don't know what to do, you don't know where to start. And then here my habits are in here printed out. So I didn't expect to go into that, but I just wanted to let you know why I wouldn't be using these pages in here is because I have a separate habit tracker for that. But I did want to show you how I'm going to set this up and how would I use some of these things. So it's kind of another mini setup video, but so I'm taking these placeholders out. Maybe I'll keep that as a dashboard, because that's just a page. It doesn't have like that print on the back, so maybe I'll keep that. Don't know if I keep it right there, but I like it. And then I have all the things. Let's look at the inserts. So the inserts I'm going to put in first are this daily gratitude log and beginning of the week and weekly intentions. So I'm going to set these up, and I happen to have an inbox outbox. I think I got these as part of when I ordered Black Friday. So inbox, I'm going to say what's incoming for the week. So commitments, priorities, organized ideas. How can I be productive? How can I be present? This will be an inbox. And then my outbox, I'm going to have this daily gratitude log, because coming out of the day, at the end of the day, what are you grateful for? Maybe it's even something that you do first thing in the morning. When I've done gratitude logs, I usually do them at the end of the day. But it depends. You can flip-flop these. Maybe your outbox it's the end of the week and you're preparing for the next week, so it's out. Your inbox is daily gratitude, because it's what's coming to your mind, what's in your mind first thing in the morning. So it depends on the person, and which is why I think planning is so much fun, because it's different. It's different for every single person. No two people will have exactly the same planners unless you plan it. So unless you make it intentional, no one will have the two the same. Setup wise, that is. Okay, so let's do this. Beginning of how many of the weeks I'm sorry, I didn't count how many weeks this is. It doesn't tell me. I'm imagining maybe it's 52. I'm not gonna count live, because that'll be like watching paint dry. But I'm curious if it's like a quarter or a half. But it looks like what I really like, because, and we'll see how I set it up, but you have the beginning of the week side of the page, and it's very structured and you can use it to write in. But then on the back, it's just a plain grid. So you can make this whatever you want it to be. I really like that, because every week is going to be different. So I'm going to put the beginning of the week in my inbox here. And what I like about subscription boxes of any kind is that this is a key example of why someone might get one. I have never used this size planner before. I'm new to it. I don't know where to start, really, kind of what I wanted to use it for. And in my subscription boxes, as I was getting monthly subscriptions, I realized what I could use some of them for. Oh, this is a great insert. Let me collect all of these pages over time and see what I can come up with. So the majority of the stuff in here came in subscription boxes. I did buy some things like with specific intention. Yeah, so here's then daily gratitude. Whether this is always gratitude, we'll see. I don't know. A lot of my gratitude I say like in the morning. You know, I have little mindful moments, but writing it down might help also. And there's a lot in here, but just for the sake of what are you doing with these, it might help. And then also what I am thinking, because if you don't want to do a full-on gratitude like log and page, let me see. I thought maybe, and I don't know what this size is going to be like, but these are gratitude cards where you can send them to somebody. You can do a host of different things with it. I didn't open this with you on the last unboxing, but it says a thankful appreciation for what an individual receives, whether tangible or intangible. With gratitude, people acknowledge the goodness in their lives. So it's cute, right? And it's just a little, it could be neat. Maybe it's a stocking stuffer for Christmas, or maybe you can put one in here and then like punch a hole in it and tie it with a ribbon, tie it around a present. You can slip it into someone's lunchbox or briefcase or jacket pocket. These could be really fun depending on how you use it. But I wanted to know, does it fit in here? This is a square protector from Planner Press, and I thought, what would it be like if I cut it and put it in here? I don't know how I feel about it, but maybe the back would be cut off, which might drive me nuts. But maybe I'll think about it. Okay, so I'll keep that aside, but that's an idea. Because these come in a bunch of different sizes, so you can cut it down to whatever you think would fit best. Whatever planner you have, whatever, maybe you have other cards, business cards of some kind, or you cut something down and you really like it, you can place it in there. But what I am going to do is use these, because this is where I need help and something that I really want to practice. Oh, one of these went rogue. Is affirmations, because I can be very hard on myself. Probably a lot of us can. If we like planning and we're planners, we could probably also be hard on myself. Let me know if you agree or if I'm way off base. But I think at the beginning of the week, and I'll flip this just because of that ring light, affirmations would be great. So if I do this and I keep my affirmations so it's the first thing I see, that would be awesome. So the affirmations I would definitely play with. Also, when I have dashboards like this, a lot of times I'll just stick page flags on here to reference or to use. Maybe instead of a task card, or you make it a task card. But I'll stick a handful of like these Post-its. Sticky notes, I guess it's not a Post-it because the Post-it is the brand. Don't you love marketing? That's what it did to all of us. We just call everything a Post-it. All right, so I'll put a few of those there. And like I use them as reminder flags. Like, what did I want to make this section? What did I want to make this section? And these are really helpful. Or if I film something and it has sensitive material, I just cover a bunch of stuff with the sticky notes that come in a subscription box. All right. So I'll do that. And that grid is super helpful to try and get it as straight as possible. Meanwhile, this guy. Sometimes, obviously, I do really enjoy cloth and paper products, but sometimes the sticky notes, depending on a batch, every once in a while something might not be too sticky, but that's like one of the only gripes I have. All right, next, I hope you have the courage. I love that. The problem with putting it back there is I might not see it, but I'll see it here. So I think I'll do that. And what's fun about dashboards is I don't have too many dashboards and things like this for, the funsies, as I call it. I like the ones that are more meaningful. Don't get me wrong, I like decorative ones, but I like the ones that are super motivating. Like this whole section, I have it intentionally set basically to be the first section in here because I want to be very intentional about these things. And just to make it close, I'll take some of these out just for some space. Like if a whole month is in here, I don't need the whole month in front. I'll keep two. I rarely just like a section with like a 1 page of paper. That I didn't really realize how much that drove me nuts until I did it once. I don't know if that's just me either. Okay, so there's that. It also came with this dashboard. It's really pretty, but again, it's like a decorative one, and I don't know if I would use it as much as the other things. So I'll probably take this like together, and then something like this could be neat to clip. Now the only clip I did not come in this subscription box, but let's see what would happen if I did something like that. Something like this could be neat when you have a bunch of dashboards that you like and you like a layered effect, but you don't want to have to flip every single one. See, sticky. Here it goes. You can keep it clipped together. So that's that. So far we've gone over all the inserts, one of the dashboards, sticky notes, some dashboards. Yeah. So if I were to fill one of these out, I suppose I could do this for next week. This is some of that print. I'm gonna like put this in your face, but that print is so fine. It's even hard for me to read, and it's right under my nose. So maybe that's a little bit of a con, but I don't know. In a way, it's kind of nice because it's not even that noticeable. I hardly even noticed it until now. But if you don't even have a big planner and a section, and you're like just now starting the plan, so I'm gonna put this aside for a second. That front section is nearly good to go, so I feel better about that. But if you're like super brand new, let me see here. I started to set this up and then I didn't really use it. This was originally like a habit tracker. I think I showed that, where now it's just explosive and massive. Because I liked this morning mindset. I guess, you know what I could do? Maybe, since it's not really full, it's not wide, so you don't really notice. Here, I'll stick it here. Oh, brilliant. I love that. Okay. So that could be good. Whether I keep it directly in this section or somewhere else, I really like the way that looks. So I'll put that there, and I'm getting distracted. I was on a mission. I'm back. I'm paying attention. So here we have it. All of this was in this little itty bitty guy, and I love it. I love the leather. I love how compact it is. It's super cute. It's really gratifying. If you know, you know. Look at this, 2021. That's when I set it up. Hello. All right. So if you have a fun way that you use old calendars, will you let me know? I know, like, it would drive me nuts to probably go back and because all the days will be wrong with the dates, but this material is really nice. I don't know what to do with it. So maybe it's good I'm cleaning this up. But if I go into my other planner box, subscription box, I have the personal size. I've told you, I know I have different sizes, but that's because I switched out my pocket subscription box because I have my system down. I know what I like. So I switched the size, and it wasn't a pain. It was super simple, to personal wide, and it let me explore what I wanted and fill that up. Personal, I feel like personal size is so versatile. Like, granted, I have a personal size habit tracker, but this is so, I mean, look how tiny that is. I don't even know how big those rings are. Look at that. That's how tiny it is. But this is just a little itty bitty thing. You can keep something like this in your purse, and if you just say, I have this old planner lying around, I don't know what to do with it, I really love it, but I'm not using it right now, something like this subscription box would be great, because, and I'll tell you why, it can be just a single theme, whether it's budget only or nutrition only, or like this, where it's like mindset and a very specific goal of some type. This is great. I mean, I can't believe this, and you guys are probably going to laugh PDF. But again, from Salty 22, what is that first tab? Mindset. Isn't that amazing? I can't believe I have that. And the mindset was, my goal was going to be affirmations, and I was going to put that there. I might try the Post-its out. I have a bunch of those Post-its now. Another schedule routine, because it was going to be work-based, but work is so fast-paced that I don't use stuff like this other than like my notebook. The mindset is great because I keep that in here. I'm going to keep that in here now. And since this is a catch-all, I'm always going to run into mindset. So I know it's going to be used. But mindset, schedule, routines. And on Salty 22, you can make this, you can get whatever you want on the divider tabs. I know a lot of companies do that. It's not just them. But you can get whatever you want here. And I'm going to just put these back in for effect. Do you not love that? I've had this appears randomly in a bunch of other videos because I have 3 sizes. Because I love it so much. I could tell you some stories. I would love to hear your stories of like, if this resonates with you, why? I feel like sometimes I am thrown to the wolves, but you're gonna make the most of it and you're gonna come back leading everyone. So what I've also done in the past is take just Post-its that aren't labeled yet for the sake of crinkling. You can just start small and you can take these and just put it on a page, right? Say if these are blank pages, just make that your divider tab and then label it right on it. And things like this are great because I do it too, but things like this are great is you don't have to drop $20 on dividers if you don't know what you're going to use yet. Take a lesson from me. I wish I did that. I didn't use this planner as I thought I would, but things changed. You know, I had the best intentions, I just didn't use it. Or you get divider tabs that have labels on it, and then the good thing about using those is you flip-flop in and you change the order. Some people don't mind dividers out of order. I do. Drives me batty. I can't do it. So, you know, you're brand new to planning, you get this box, you have an old planner laying around, you can get planners like this for like $5-6 on Amazon. So you don't need to break the bank on stuff. I don't advise breaking the bank. I also have videos about budgeting and financing and how I do it, what makes sense for me. A lot of it is Excel based, but don't spend the money on it until you know what you're going to do, until you know how you're going to use it. So just tabs, regular tabs, sticky notes, whatever it is, page flags. You don't need to go all out and buy a ton of dividers if something like this comes around and you want to just experiment with it. So you have that. And then I do always like keeping sticky notes around though, because you never know when the mood is going to strike and you have an idea, or you need to write something down, but it doesn't go in this planner, it goes in a different one, whatever that may be, right? So you don't, sometimes you just might not know, and that's okay. You know, I certainly don't always know what I'm going to do. It took me 6 months. I knew I wanted to try out a size, but it took me months to acquire things and be intentional about it and not just try and buy stuff for the sake of buying stuff, because I don't think that's smart. But let's see. Now, this was a lot of work-based stuff. Oh, I have another one. Urgent. So yeah, urgent, reviews, drafts, other. But they're numbered, so I'm not going to put them in this one. Is there anything I want to stick in here? Contacts are great. Yeah. So I might take a look at some of that and see what I can come up with later. Again, had the best intentions. So then That's the beginning. This is from Sort Stuff Out. Ellie is the owner, and she is lovely. She has always been very helpful, and her quality is fantastic. I like the print dashboards like that. This one's very, very thick. There's nothing on the back, but it's super thick, really good quality, very buttery. And when you get translucent dashboards in like this, they look really beautiful layered. So you can have one dashboard and then you just rotate in and out with the translucent ones that come. That looks beautiful. I really like that. That's really pretty. My husband's been here and I was like, look.
It's gorgeous.
That looks good. So I got super excited about that. Thanks for listening, guys and ladies and non-binaries. And put it in here. Now, just for effect, because it's, I mean, mindset, it's very zen. So I like that. But what I might do to break up the image, because I don't know, it's like it needs a pop of some kind. But what I'm going to do is just put my affirmations. Let's see, does it look good in the middle? The bottom. What do you think, Rob? Where does this go? Bottom? Affirmations? Middle?
Can we go on the left side?
Right over here?
That we can see that beautiful picture? Or is it weird?
Yeah. No, that's not weird. That's where I put on the other one. Good eye. Yeah, we'll do that. And then a lot of times what I like to do, like I did back here, oh, I just had it, like this paper clip. I like doing things like that where you just pin it in. So I'm gonna leave that there for a second. But like this dashboard, right? On the back when they're blank, that's where I put cards like that. So since it's mindset, and that's the theme, no, okay, it's just fuzz. I'm gonna put this here, and it kind of blends in. Do I want to put two? What does that look like? Could be, might stay. But I like that. And then the little ones, it's still like a super faint design, so it's not overwhelming. Things like this, I don't know if I have pockets, but like these are great for just putting in them in a slit here. So month of, I'd write, oh, May is upcoming. Mindset May, right? We'll just put, you can keep a calendar, sit down, cup of coffee or tea, glass of wine, whatever that is, and set out the next month and sit and try and plan what's upcoming. You could laminate this and reuse it so that, you know, you save money there. You could take a dash like this if you used Glue Gun, not like me. And you can, you know, this is old, but it would get the job done. And that way you just take maybe another paper clip or an Ollie clip, and then you can write on it, right? Like, and then all of a sudden you have something that you might not know how you like using it. Maybe you don't get another one, maybe who knows what, but then all of a sudden you clip it together and then you have a reusable dashboard where you have that calendar that you can use for anything. Maybe 2 weeks in, you're like, you know what, I didn't do the thing I wanted to see. I don't want to look at this because I don't want to be down on myself. I'm going to erase it and start over. Start tracking something else. That's perfectly fine. Everyone's human. So we're going to stick that in there. You know what? And then you might set it up, and to me, this is super relaxing. I love doing stuff like this. It relaxes me. You maybe you need to be in the mood to do it, but it relaxes me. And you sometimes, maybe you set it up and you don't use it. That's fine, right? That's totally fine. I mean, look, I just showed you that. I set this up and I didn't use it. So I was like, okay, well, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. But I can repurpose it now. So I showed you one version. It's either in a planner I already have in a dedicated section, or you get something, maybe it's inexpensive, or, you know, not inexpensive depending on what you're going for. It was a gift. And you make the best of it. Things like these are beautiful pastels. Maybe what you do, you can use these as bullet points, right? You can make it accented to be like the focal point, and you do 2, or you have priorities. Maybe you put it here. Maybe it's a date you need to make. So you put that there, and then you have a commitment. It's another date. You have another date that you have to make, and you don't want to forget about it. So they become little grit like boxes that are highlight and pops. So maybe you put that in there. May, what is Mother's Day? I feel like I have the dates wrong. I'm gonna say May 9th. May 8th, maybe? Priorities. So you just do like 5, 8, and then you make a note, right? So it doesn't have to be super fancy, or you put something like, you know, the 2nd. You can write it however you want. And then maybe, you know, this can be a call out. It can be a page divider, right? Maybe you split the page and it's like, this is right, this is work and this is personal, like on the different sides of it. So like maybe you don't plan to do much all the time, you can use the grids on the back to make this any type of your own grid. Maybe your gratitude, maybe you don't do a gratitude line every day, you're getting used to it. And maybe you're struggling trying to find things you're grateful for. That's okay. Maybe as you find something, you make a little note. Maybe you have 3 things you're grateful for in a month, write it down. Maybe it's 1, you know, start somewhere, and no one's judging you. I'm not judging you. So you can make it your own pattern for whatever you want this to be. You just make it yours, right? So sometimes what I've done is I've challenged myself to think of things, or you start to make them like all geometric and, you know, fun. You know, you can think of a bullet point, maybe it doesn't have to be like so dry, and I don't know, people's creativity astounds me sometimes with what they come up with. But there you go. I mean, it doesn't have to be super fancy. You know, there's other colors, and then maybe you take one of the gray ones that comes with it, and you keep the theme, and you put it on this side. It just says what you make it, right? And that's kind of appealing. The light washes it out just a little bit, but I still like it. And so now we have, you know, our beginning dashboard. You know, mindset, our affirmations. You have this, you can use a dry erase board, laminate it however you want to use it. Priorities, you use the stickers, you don't. It's whatever you want to make it. And then maybe you have a single page divider, or you have sticky flags, and you make a different section. Right now you have something that's gratitude, and again, maybe you're struggling to think of things. Maybe you just put a series of sticky notes, and you start there. You don't have to hold yourself to something when you're just trying out and you don't know what you're gonna want. But I really like this pastel vibe that you have going on here. I'll use another one. I have a lot of these. I got these from Sort Stuff Out too. Good old Ellie. Okay. Schedule. Maybe I just take the 3 of these out. Right. If it's really just a mindset thing, maybe I make a routine out of it. I use the back. You can even take that, flip it, or use the back. The tracker, it doesn't have to be fancy. Your tracker can be something as simple as, again, sticky notes. Sticky notes are so multi-purpose that it can really be anything. But this goes to show that if you don't know where to start, you just sit down and play around with it. Find out where you're gonna land. No one's judging you or like looking over your shoulder for what you decide to put together and cultivate. And that's the beauty of it. That'll do it all for this video in terms of how would I use that in my planner. And I'll be able to take a video along the way of how I decide to use it, what this ends up looking like. I'll give you a full update if I'm loving it, if I'm not loving it, what I decide to change. It'll just be another one in the routine. And you can see the difference. Look at that. So you can make it its own dedicated planner, and it's just, this is your mindset notebook. It's small enough you take it with you, or this is your life in here, and it's the first section that you see, right? Get your mind right before you do anything else. Still closes. Not quite the back button, but that's okay. I like it. And that's that. So if you have any questions, please drop them below. I'd be happy to help. I love when you all interact. We're just all out here trying to improve ourselves. And I appreciate you joining. And if there's anything else you'd like to see specifically, let me know. I'd be happy to work on those videos with you now that I'm back into a routine, or getting back into more of a routine, and we'll see what the next videos bring. But that'll be a wrap all. Again, thank you for joining. Appreciate you, and I hope you have a good weekend ahead, or week ahead, depending on when you're watching. Bye.